Hello everyone, this is Snipe Trading and today is Monday, March 8th. I'll be going my recap for today. So today I have a total of 313 profit, trading a total of 8 tickers. I think I made most of the money on the top 3 and then I have a few small losses. So I'll be going over my thought process on how I traded these. So before I start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like. All right, here we go. So let's start off with the first one, which was JAGX. So JAGX had a traded a few times here. I think it was back and forth on a few ideas. I think there was I took a loss here, or kind of break even on this flag break. So I thought there was a cup and handle here forming, and then you can see those wicks there. And then I tried to give it one more try, kind of giving the 5-minute hold. So I went ahead and tried to dip buy this, and then I just kind of cut it right here when it was forming this inverted cup and handle. So that was the time to exit, since it's a cup and handle, retest, stopped out there for pretty much break even. And then I took a long trade here, pretty much right off this line. It was holding the 30-minute trend. So the 30-minute trend was holding, and I was trying to buy off that 30-minute trend, and bought the breakout there and added a few more, and then I just sold the rest. Pretty much a small win here. And then later on the day, there was a baseline here of 225 or so. So you can see it started basing here at 225, creating lower highs, and then this is where I started entering short for the break of 225. It broke, covered a few, started creating this bear flag, added it again on that bear flag break, cover a few there, and then my ultimate target was the 9 EMA on the hourly chart there. So it actually reached it, and now it's kind of bouncing. I took a little small, like $10 loss or so, trying to buy, I think there was this flag break just over VWAP, and I just took it off for like $10 loss. But overall, that was a $288 win on JAGX. My next win was GME. So GME, so now it shows up. So GME was an after-hour trade, and it was pretty much this little flag forming. I saw it testing the 15-minute chart, so it was trending the 5-minute, tested the 15-minute after hours, and forming this flag line here. So I went ahead and started a few shares there, and had a total of like 50 or 75 shares. And then sold most of it up here, and then kind of was trailing the 1-minute chart, and when it couldn't hold, I just took it off there on 197 for my last 5 shares. So I was trying around like 10 or 15 shares, hoping for a little squeeze higher, maybe getting a end of day or after hours high daybreak, but it didn't happen. But it was a decent win there for a $237 win. EXPR is my next trade for $88. So I was actually up like 200 or something on this, and I give it away on one of these trades, but I can go over each process. So each one of this was a minute chart extension to the 5-minute target. So you can see this 1 minute chart was extended, has an inverted cup and handle, shorted that, retest, reshorted, and then just covered on the 5-minute target. And then you can see that happen again here. Inverted cup and handle, short, and then covered. So those are winners, and this one was a loser. So I thought this was a cup and handle as well. I shorted a little early, it didn't break, and then I covered for a loss there. And then also this one was a small winner for the inverted cup and handle here, for the small win there. And then I think towards the end of the day, I think I was trying to look for this break, so I started shorting here for the 15-minute trend break. But what ended up happening was it didn't break, so I ended up taking I actually covered a little bit here. I wanted more covers there, but I couldn't execute on my order there. So I ended up taking a win here, and then I took I still had like my almost a full position, and I took a bigger loss than usual. I should have stopped out a little sooner, but that was a loser there. So, and then this was just a end of day inverted cup and handle. Had I had more time, I think it would have been a good trade, but there was like a minute left, and I didn't want to hold it after hours there, so I took it off for pretty much even. But it was pretty much back and forth here, but ended up for a total of $88 on Express. Next trade was CTRM. Potential flag break for this flag here. You can see higher lows, and a flag. I tried taking that flag break there. You can see the little wick. It failed, so I just took it off. So that was CTRM. It was pretty much break-even trade. Next trade's AMC, another loss. So what happened here was, I think I tried taking a flag break here. You can see it held the 30-minute trend, holding VWAP, and then tried taking that break. It actually went a little, retest, and it started trailing a little higher. Because it's a higher float stock, it tends to move a little bit slower, so had to be a little bit more patient for those tickers. But next trade is OPGN. So OPGN, I think here I saw it was trailing the 50-minute trend. But what happened was it was holding that trend and actually created a flag of the 5-minute chart. But I actually went short. I was thinking this trend will break, so it was maybe an inverted cup and handle forming, and then you get a retest on the hourly. But this ticker was trailing the 15-minute chart pretty much the whole day, and it went higher. So I was debating to either go short when it tried to hit high of day here. You see the big volume, high of day, a lot of doji candles, upper topping tails. But there wasn't a good setup, so I was hoping for a test on the 90 MA. So the 90 MA trend is like that, pop up, a little bounce, and then the break. And then I think if that would have happened, I would have entered short there, and this would have been a good trade. But it's hard to enter on this topping tail unless you want to start short there and risk high of day, which I used to do in the past, but it's a little risky because you can just trend higher, and you get stubborn. That's how you get stubborn a lot, and eventually taking a bigger loss than you would want. But if you have the conviction to stop out on high of daybreak, if you short here early, then it's a plan. Yeah. Next trade was BNGO. So BNGO was a $77 loss. So I think here I also try shorting as well. Seeing it's extended on the 1 minute chart, and there was a potential room on the 5 minute, but it's slowly catching up, so it didn't work out so well. I was seeing this cup and handle, and then this little handle here starting to form, but it didn't break the support there, so it ended up going higher, and I just stopped out there. And this was a $125 loss in the morning, and then it started forming another baseline. You can see now the 5 minute becomes the support here, and that's when I saw that, and now you could get a inverted cup and handle breaking the 5 minute chart, 5 minute trend, and that's where I kind of recoup some of my losses here and shorted there, and then covered the rest there. Retest, and then hit the 15 minute target and VWAP. So that was a $77 loss on BNGO. Biggest loss for today was RWLK. This one I think I sized in a little too big, but what I saw here was you can see the 1 minute chart is extended. Was starting to form in cup and handle here, and I thought it was gonna break the cup and handle on this 313 break, as well as the 1 minute chart, 90 EMA trend, for the test of the 5 minute trend, but it ended up holding this. So you can see it didn't break this support, and ended up holding, squeezing a little higher. So I stopped out there for 100 loss. I think I had 4,000 shares or so, and then it started going higher, and then I think it had a huge wicked candle, popped up 5 days, and then retested the 5 minute in a matter of minutes. So it retested, bounced, and then that's where it went lower, but sized in a little bit too much, and it didn't break, so I had to size down. So yeah, overall today was okay day. Started the morning a little rough. The JAGX trade was a decent trade I took here, so took the short off this inverted cup and handle, because it was the hourly is down here. You see the hour is down here. So in the afternoon, usually the chart stocks tends to go back to the hourly, and the hourly in my chart is the orange line. So inverted cup and handle, and then the continuation of the bear flag, right here. Re-added my short, and then covered the rest with the target of 9 EMA on the hourly. So decent trade. Tough morning to start. I was actually down 200 in the morning and recouped it back. I think it's starting to be a trend lately. I'm just losing in the morning and taking it back in the afternoon and more. But yeah, I definitely had to be a little more cautious and more selective in the morning to avoid those losses. But yeah, so overall total $313 for today. And today the volume picked up a little bit, so hopefully it kind of continue and start to have more runners. So today is probably the first time it had a lot of tickers above 10%. I think last week it was very dry. It was below 10%, or below 10 stocks that were above 10%. So hopefully we get some runners continuing. So that's all I have for today. If you haven't done so, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like button, and follow all my socials on Twitter. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.